Welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hale empath, and I just like doing these little talks and what I feel about things, and feel pretty good about stuff today. Just kind of stretching it out. It's a beautiful day. I had to bring the sunning chair back down. I have my patio furniture, my chairs. They're like $20 at a hardware store, Walmart, whatever, in the garden section. And Benny, one of his quirks, he jumped up into my chair. He jumps on chairs and tables. He don't care. Nobody told him that's furniture and you don't do that. So it's just something else to get him higher and standing. That's all he does. So he took my chair. So I brought the sunning chair back down, and the cat's out, and the birds are coming around. And I made some notes in a new notebook I got. And I'm left-handed, so I do it backwards, because not over the spine drives me crazy. So. And I use just pages randomly, so I use the date. Anyway, I got some cool stuff I want to share. I'm trying to manifest my future somewhere in my California Republic, and my buddy pointed out it should say the Republic of Jefferson, And I was thinking about, how cool it would be if Jefferson became its own state in Northern California. I would love to be governor. Could you imagine in this modern day and age to be the governor of a state for the first time? I would love to do that. I would take that charge. Marge would take that charge, and I got 45 years of experience, and I'm made to lead, I'm a leader. It's in my astrology, and I know what it is to sacrifice and compromise and go without. So I'm thinking more about the people that have done that than the people that want to profit from people doing that. So Mom and I just had a good breakfast. Mom had the honey this morning. I think we got close to the 2-hour window of not eating after it, and I had it last night before bed, and I've been up since 4, and this is my 3rd video. So cooperation is nature's way. Yeah. Anyway, today's the 24th of October, if anybody cares. It was, what time is it? It's almost noon. Yesterday, Mom saw 11:11 I saw 11:11 on the stove, and I was like, Mom, what does that make you think of? How does that make you feel when you see 11:11 on the clock? She's like balance? Like, there's balance. And I was like, that's what I feel too. Right on, Mom. So today I showed her 11:11:11, and she was like, whoa! I'm like, what does that represent to you? She's like, what does it represent? And I was like, minute, digitally, hour, minute, second. And she's like, I said, how does that make you feel? She's like it's gonna be a long day. It's like, Mom's got jokes. I gotta share this stuff with people. This is how you raise your vibe, yeah. Anyway, so I made some notes. The price and cost of security. The price and cost is now. I think about how, just like in the history of the world, when I think about power and taking somebody's light or adding to somebody's light, I think about good and evil. I think about good Jedi Knights and Jedi, the Jedi story. I think about all these dark light versus paradigm, and we all have these dark light versus paradigm within each and every one of us, and people can really struggle with that, the dark parts of it, so they ignore it, and then it just grows, and then one day it comes out in a way that a lot of times they don't even recognize themselves when they did it, So it's because that vibration has to have a place to go. People have to be able to talk about their freaking demons in a open area where people can't be judged, otherwise they're never going to heal, So I don't judge people that do terrible things and, redeem themselves. I don't judge people, I've been the judgee, so it freaking sucks. Anyway, I mean, I do judge people, but I try not to. So I think about the history of lives, laws, and all this stuff, and just money spent on security. Like when I was a little kid, I lived on a little dirt road. There wasn't a whole lot on TV. I was always outside playing. It was a secure place. Nothing really. Yeah, sometimes the dudes would get too drunk and freaking throw Mom around, and that happened to a neighbor or two. It happened a lot in Vietnam. Vets came home. They had a lot of They had a lot of reasons to drink. They did a lot of things and saw a lot of things, and they freaking was trying to run from it. So, but for the most part, there wasn't war on our street, and then every now and again you go out in the world, and more of the world comes to you on your street. I got a little bit older, and when I was about 11 years old, I remember a woman across the street got stabbed 11 times. We couldn't go home for a while because it was all blocked off. So it was just, you're exposed to the realities of how people act when they're in balance, and it's so blatantly obvious, and you get so many examples that it's like you get to where you can just see it in people, where you're just like, stay away from them, and I don't know, when people give up on life, that's an indicator on me, so because people know that there's so much stuff out there, they spend a lot of efforts to keep their own home secure and safe and out the bad guy stuff. When you do that too much, you create a bad guy that lives within that house. Because everybody has dark tendencies. When people totally ignore it, it comes out sideways later. So, and we're all telling ourselves what we are to be afraid of. We tell ourselves what we fear, and it comes to us. That's how manifestation works. You're worried all the time, and then constantly life is going to bring you things to freaking worry about. So try to live in gratitude, and then life keeps offering things for you to be grateful for. Seems easy, but it's oh so hard. So the price and cost of security. Living on the street is quiet, and then people start telling you what to be afraid of, and on TV, and that's what happened. So when I was little, had all, when we're little, we have all the, he's sitting in the chair. When we're little, we have all the, I'm going to take a picture of this, put it on Instagram. When we're little, we have all this goodness and, positive and stuff like that. Some people don't. Some people are born more negative than positive. It happens. Ain't nothing 100%. But mostly people are born with this, this essence, this goodness, and then when we get older, we're told that we don't have it, and we're told what's bad, and it takes a little bit away, and then you watch TV, and you watch the news, and you watch war stuff, and then people are like, oh, that creates fear, and then it takes a little more of the goodness, and the more you're drawn to fearful stuff, because that's what you've been programmed by, and then the more it's hard to reprogram later, hopefully, when you find out that these things, a lot of them aren't true to you and your reality. It doesn't line with how you want to live your life. So, are you secure yet? And then people grow up and they support governments from telling you that there's something for you to be afraid of, so they can spend billions of dollars on bigger weapons, bigger bullets, more Viagra, and because they're telling you, and they can just live the life that they want of playing chess with the spirits of your sons and daughters, and the world is changing, that people are like, they don't want that anymore, it's all crap. So I looked up this morning, generals make $174,000 a year. 4-star generals make that, and they'll make it forever, their pensions are like freaking half that. It's just ridiculous how much money people have gotten rich from freaking saying that, telling you that of what you need to be afraid of, and when most of what is to fear are your neighbors, being imbalanced, and your freaking own family members being imbalanced, that's the real threat. And then, these freaking mongrels go there and freaking kill things over there and do all that man stuff, and then they come back here, and then they go into the police, and they get to continue that freaking low vibrational control and freaking BS. And I can't wait till freaking cops have to go sit through empath class and stuff like that. Yep. Make them get into their feelings, so they're less inclined to freaking rub people's, get a little too much on the arrest and a little too trigger happy. So, reprogramming. This morning I was cooking, I was making breakfast for Mom, and I said to Artie, if you don't get down, and then I was like, where'd that come from? Because I used to hear that, if you don't get this, this will happen. If you don't act how I want you to do, you will have a consequence. If I take less of you, Or if you don't act how I want you to act, I'm going to take less of you to put you in position. And I was like, where I came from, when I realized I said that, I brought myself directly into the present. And then I was like, you're the present. You don't talk to things you love like that. There's no threat. And I realized I was saying this, and Mom's like, what? And I shared it with her, the same thing. And then she was like, I said, you don't threaten things. You don't threaten anything. And that's something in me. And I realized that I do that, and I realized where it came from. And then I was like, I'm reviewing it. Review. Then I was like, backspace, backspace, backspace. Delete, delete, delete. And that's how you reprogram yourself. Catch yourself saying whatever it is that doesn't feel good. Freaking realize where it came from. Know that you are your own autonomous spirit. You don't have to act or believe that and go along with that, and then move on. It's as easy as that. You been and can't get comfy? I'm almost done, buds, and we'll go inside. I like to hear about things I don't know about. I'll end up on that, is that that's why I watch so many different things, varieties of things, whether I disagree with them or not, because I don't know, or it doesn't look like I would like it or not, because I can't go by looks and I go by feels. So I'm always filling myself up with stuff I don't know, and then so when I hear people, that's why I don't watch a lot of mainstream stuff, because when I hear what people, it's mainstream, it's the same thing. That's all. I want to hear new stuff. I want to gather data. I don't just want to be redundant, hear the redundancy of freaking mediocre freaking mics. So that's all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.